Hello and welcome to part 5 of this 10-part series on strumming patterns. If you haven't seen the other 4 videos yet, click on the card above and that will take you to the short playlist. Okay, so in this week's lesson we'll be looking at push chords and also changing chords off the beat. So again, a really awesome way of spicing up your rhythm playing, and you'll encounter these kind of techniques in millions of songs. So it's really worth understanding what's going on here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take a standard kind of grade 3 style progression. I teach the RGT kind of grades here in the UK. So this is a grade 3 chord progression in the key of E major. So it's nice and simple, it's just got a few rests in there. So what we've got is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so if you haven't seen the video I did on playing rests and playing off the beat, check out that, that'll be in the card above as well. Okay, so using rests in strumming. So what we've got here is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quavers or eighth notes, but you're resting on the start of beat 2 and the start of beat 3. So you've got some nice offbeat rhythms here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's the strumming pattern. Down, up, 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 down. So you've got a crotchet or quarter note at the end of the bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we go to A major. Same strumming pattern, C sharp minor. B major, E major, G sharp minor, F sharp minor, and then A major. Okay, so let's go through that again. So E major, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, C sharp minor, so that's A shaped minor chord there, B major, A shaped major, E major, G sharp minor, that's E sharp minor, F sharp minor, that's E sharp minor, and then A major. After this I'm going to be doing a series on the cage chords, so that should help you with all your chord voicings if you're struggling with some of these. But even if you're not comfortable with some of these bar chords, have a go with some open chord progressions as well. Really good exercises here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that same strumming pattern, but we're going to push the A major and basically all the other chords really half a beat earlier. Okay, so the A major, instead of being just changing one chord per bar, we're just going to push this A major chord into the and a 4 of the first bar. Okay, and it just creates this different sound, and it's something you want to get used to because it's a really cool songwriting technique, also a really cool way of ending songs as well. Instead of ending on the 1, you can end on the and a 4. So this is what we mean by push chords. So if I just take that same bar of E major, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's just, instead of stopping there, just to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to get that A major and push it half a beat earlier. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there I went, you've basically got 8 quavers now, because instead of having the crotchet we've got another chord coming in. So what we've got, 8 quavers or eighth notes, 1 and rest, 2 on the 2, and then play on the and of 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just by coming a little bit on the earlier on the A, instead of starting on the 1 of the next bar, it just sounds really cool. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, we're just going to do the same for the other chords now. C sharp minor, so that'll be on the and of 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that again. So it's just a slight variation on that first progression. Just gives you some other options to think about, okay? You might not want to push every chord, just occasionally, if you're writing songs or, again, loads of popular songs do it. You know, loads of bands use this kind of technique where they might be playing sort of straight or just on the beat to start with, and then maybe in another chorus, they might push a chord earlier just to give you some variations. It's a really cool thing to get used to. So I'm going to go through that 8-bar progression again. but we're just kind of changing on the and of 4. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool, so that's push chords. So what we're going to do now is looking at changing chords off the beat. So far we've kind of done ties, we've done rests, we've done lots of things like that. But now what we're going to do is change chords, you know, often before a tie. That can be a really cool way to make an interesting rhythm or chord progression. So what we're going to do, this is going to be a grade 5 kind of RGT style progression. Again, you can use it with any chords. So what we're going to do, chord wise, we're going to do E major, and then we're going to do C sharp minor, G sharp minor, and then A, and then we're going to do a B sus4, but again you can do other chords if you want, if you're not comfortable with some of these chord shapes. So B sus4, really nice chord here. So fret wise you've got 2, 4, 4, 5, 2, and then B major, and then E major, F sharp minor, into B, then A major. Okay, cool. So the strumming pattern here, we're going to have 8 quavers or 8 notes. Then we're going to do some dead notes or mutes on the start of beat 2. Just gives you some nice dynamic changes there. And then what we're going to do is on a few of the bars, we're going to change off the beat, the chord, on the and of 2. So in the previous chord progression we changed on the and of 4, so just kind of coming a bit earlier with the chord, but now we're changing midway through the bar. So again, really common songwriting technique. It sounds awesome and just gets you practicing all these different chord changes quicker. Lots of benefits to doing this. So what I'm going to do, so the 2 bars that are going to be changing chords within the bar are G sharp minor and A, which is bar 3, and then F sharp minor and B, which is bar 7 of this 8-bar phrase. So, and then the rest of the bars, you're basically just letting on the and of 2, letting it ring out, so it's tied for half a beat. So this main strumming pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So down, up, down, but kind of muted percussive sound there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And C sharp minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is the push, kind of the changing the chord midway through the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then B sus4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then B, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, it gets more and more interesting, the kind of more techniques that you put in there. And if you're not comfortable, just start with changing off the beat with the upstroke. You can even just split it and just do something like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just simplify it a little bit so you're changing on the beat. But this changing off the beat sort of randomly in the bar can just sound really nice. Cool, so let's play that 8-bar progression again. So this is kind of a grade 5 style progression. We're using dead notes here. Again, some techniques we've used before in previous lessons. Dead notes, ties, and then also a changing off the beat on the and of 2 in a few of the bars. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C sharp minor, G sharp minor straight to A, B sus4, then B, then E major, F sharp minor, just straight to B. Cool, so have fun with that. Again, there's lots of things, variations you can do. You might want to change different places of the bar to come up with different new exciting strumming patterns. There's a lot of things. I see a lot of beginners, they tend to use the same strumming patterns over and over again. So this sort of exercise, along with all the other exercises in the series, will really help you to kind of level up your rhythm playing. Cool, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to pick a kind of grade 6 style progression. I'm going to do some semi-quaver or 16th note riffs, okay? So this is a kind of a common strumming pattern you'll hear a lot. Let's go through the main strumming pattern to start with. So we're going to do a B major. It's going to be in the key of B major, this one. So a standard B major chord. Now the first, you've got a 2-beat pattern, very common 2-beat pattern to start with. 1, 2, and a. Okay, so 1, 2, and a. Okay, so that's a crotchet or quarter note, then a quaver or 8th note, and then 2 semi-quavers or 16th notes, and that's how you count it. Down, 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 up, or 1, 2, and a. Then beat 3, it starts off by being tied. Okay, so you're going to miss the first downstroke. Again, 16th note strumming, you count it as 1 E and a, 2 E and a, and depending where you fall in the beat determines whether you strum a downstroke or upstroke. Okay, it's not always that kind of concrete, but majority of the time in strumming, if it's on the 1 on the and, it'll be downstrokes. E and the will be upstrokes. Okay, so you've got a whole bar of B, 1, 2, and a, and beat 3. You're tying the first semi-quaver or 16th note, then come in with an upstroke on the E of 3, so 3 E, and then downstroke on the and of 3. So 1, 2, and 3 E and down, 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 up, down. And then beat 4 is the same as beat 2. Let's again split everything up into separate beats and then link it all together. So beat 4, 4 and a. So 1, 2 and a, 3 E and 4 and a. We're going to use some kind of nice 7th chords in this progression because it's growing a grade 6. G sharp minor 7, so that's just like G sharp minor without your little finger. 1, 2 and a, 3 E and 4 and a. And again, what we're going to do is like we did in the last progression, we're just going to change chords midway through the bar. So again, you can pick any note that you're playing and change it, or even change the strumming pattern completely as well, which you'll see a lot of kind of half a bar strumming patterns that we'll go through in probably future videos as well. So here we're going to take the same strumming pattern just for ease, and then you're going to change on the E of 3. Okay, and it might sound quite complicated, but actually when you listen to it, it sounds quite common, and it is quite common. So C sharp minor, 1, 2 and a. Okay, so this is like C sharp minor without your little finger. 1, 2 and a. Then you're going to move up to D sharp minor 7, so C sharp minor 7, and then change. So your strumming hand is doing exactly the same thing. You're just moving chords, which is a great technique to learn. So 1, 2 and a, and then 3 E and 4 and a. Okay, so just play those first 3 bars. So B major, G sharp minor 7, half a bar of C sharp minor 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and then we've got an F sharp 7 sus 4. Call this the Boys Are Back in Town chord. It's used in that song by Thin Lizzy, great song. F sharp 7 sus 4 this chord is. So that's basically bar the 2nd fret, all 6 strings, 3rd finger, 4th fret A, little finger, 4th fret G. Okay, same strumming pattern, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Cool, and just to help my pupils out a little bit, in grade 6, this is also a good thing to practice anyway, regardless if you're doing any grades. It's just sometimes arpeggiate the chords to practice your picking, and just give you some sort of dynamic variation. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, something like that. A nice kind of picking pattern using quavers or 8th notes. 1 and 2 and thence tied on start beat 3, and then up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, feel free to come up with your own picking patterns. Just to give you some variation. Then we've got a D sharp 7, which is actually outside of the key, but if you were soloing over this, you'd use an arpeggio, which we'll come to at some point in future series. So D sharp 7, power chord, 3rd finger, 8th fret of the D, little finger, 8th fret of the B, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then we do a split bar of F sharp sus 4, down, 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 up, F sharp sus 4, looks like a normal A shape, going but just moved up. So imagine you've got B major, move that up to the E string, you've got 2, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2. Really nice chord, making sure the note on the 4th fret of the G string rings really cleanly, so you can hear the distinction between that and then an F sharp major chord. Down, 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 up, and then an E3, up, down, 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 up. I'm going to do an E major 7 chord, which is also the same shape as a B major and F sharp sus4, but this is your root note on the D string. So it's going 2, 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4 with the root note on the D string. And that's your chord progression. So again, this is slightly more complicated than some of the others, but just getting used to sort of changing within the bar. Again, feel free to use this strumming pattern and then change somewhere else in the bar, just for practice and variation. Cool, so let's play that 8-bar phrase. So you've got B major, down, up, down, 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 up. C sharp minor 7, up, down, down. Then split bar, down, down, up, down, 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 up. F sharp 7, sus4, 4. Then I'm just going to pick, up, down, up. D sharp 7, F sharp sus4, F sharp. E major 7. Do that one more time. B major, G sharp minor 7, C sharp minor 7, D sharp minor 7, F sharp 7 sus4. Then the B major bar, come up with your own picking pattern. D sharp 7, F sharp sus4, F sharp, and then E major 7. Cool, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you find some of those techniques useful. The idea is to mix and match between using different rhythm patterns, you know, semi-quaver, 16th note patterns, quaver patterns, ties, rests, and then obviously changing where you change chord within a particular bar, and techniques like dead notes and stuff like that. So I hope you've found that useful, and definitely practice these techniques in lots of different ways. That's the key to kind of practicing it and getting it really ingrained into your playing. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Also soon, if you wanted to purchase any of the guitar profiles or guitar PDFs, so this any tabs you see on the screen here, they're made in a brilliant program called Guitar Pro, which is relatively inexpensive, which means you can play back these files, slow them down, loop sections. There's lots of benefits to using this program. Use it a lot in lessons. If you're not interested in the program, you can always just have it in PDF format. So all these files will be available soon from the relaunched Jsmusicschool.co.uk website. So keep your eyes out for that. It's quite a big project I'm going on, so it's taken slightly longer than usual, but it's going to be awesome. So yes, if you'd like to get any of the files for any of these lessons, feel free to check out jsmusicschool.co.uk once the website is redone. It's not far away now. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.